All right, so I'm gonna show you my JavaScript application. We're using Rails as an API, Rails backend, and JavaScript front end. So let's get our Rails server running. And here we go. I haven't created any user, so I'm gonna sign up for a new user. Ask you for name. It asks you for email. Just example, password, confirmation of the password. This step was part of my Rails application, of my Rails project without the JavaScript front end. So these are pieces of my Rails project that I'm still using for my front end. Let's create this user and we are in. We have a very simple but very sleek I like it because you have two options. You don't have a bunch of information all over the screen confusing the user. So you have two options. It is a very simple app, but it does its job. So you have the create book or load books. In this case, there's nothing there, but let's create our first book. So book title, these are some examples I was working with, but let's create any book. Book's title, this is just an example. Author's name, first name, last name, and the content. This is what you want to say about the book that you read, what you want to share with the other readers. So for example, I love this book. There you go. So you submit it. Submission successful. The book has been created, and the review that you put there has been created. All right. Um, so let's say you want to create a second book. You want to share another book. In this case, you didn't like the book. You got the message, always very clear. Submission successful. The book has been created. When you load the books, the books that you have created appear in there. So for book number 2, we put I hated this book. Um, let's say I want to change it. I want to change that. I actually like the book. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. So you can delete it. You can add a new review. Submission successful, and then the new review is there. Let's go back to the list. Politics in America. We created a book. So you got all the reviews on the bottom. You create the books. You have a list of the books. You have here the book with the author's name and the author's last name, and you have the review form in order to create a review, and you can show the reviews that already exist for this specific book or for any specific book on the list. But I want to show you something. So I leave page. I sign up with a new user. So in this case, I'm going to be a brand new user in order to demonstrate you something. I still have access to all of the books that have been created. If I go here, book 2, or if I hear Politics in America, the book is there as well. But when you show the reviews, in this case, we don't have the delete button because I didn't create it. I didn't create this review, so I don't have the possibility to delete it. But Politics in America, it is a book that I read as well, for example. This person loved it. I think this book this is a review, a review. Um, Actually, a very appropriate word, review, a good name for an app. Uh, I called it the book tracker, so it is too late to rename it, but that would have been a good name. Review. I like it. Um, so this is my review. I'm gonna add it. You get the message, submission successful. And now I can see the review that David created, and I see the review that I created. But in this case, I can delete it. I have access to this review, and I can delete it. Let's delete it. Review has been deleted. Now I show the reviews. It's only the review that the other user created. I don't have access to that. I have only access to the review that I created. Politics in America, review that I created. I didn't add the option to add many reviews over and over and over and over in the same page because I'm actually trying to avoid that because I want only one review per user. There is a workaround. You can go to the list of books, go back into the book, and then you can add a second review. And then it's there. But this is not a functionality that I want in this page. I don't want the form to be available at all times because then the users are going to create multiple reviews per book. And what I want is one review per book per user. But I'm doing this just to demonstrate you that I can delete review 2, gone, delete review 1, gone. Um, Again, always the message with the submission and the first review that is created by the user that created the book in the first place. But it can also be deleted. And when you go to that book 3, the new books are going to appear on top of the list. There are no reviews, but you can add, and it's there. There you go. A very simple app, but as you know, all these simple things require a lot of interaction. We have our Rails working in the back, our JavaScript in the front, and then we have all of our divs and that interaction, and grabbing the divs, deleting the divs, grabbing the information, putting it there, clearing the information when I go to a new, when I click a new button and I go to a new menu, clearing what was before, what we had before. It actually requires quite some time, especially for new programmers. But this is something that I really enjoyed. I actually was hesitant, but I'm gonna say that I enjoyed the final product. Very clean. I love the final product, and now that I see it again, I actually like it more and more because it is very clean, simple, but it does its job, as I said in the beginning. So I'm actually liking it more and more. Just this is just what I wanted. Simple, precise, and concise. That's it. Thank you so much for your attention, and well, I hope you like it too. Have a good night or a good day.